Hello, and welcome to my final NXT review I'm ever gonna do. I think it's time we stop doing this. The reason why I'm stopping doing this is because I just don't think this is working right now. Due to outside forces, I am not gonna be able to do this anymore. So, I just want to say before I do this NXT review, Um, I just want to go out and say that April Fool's Day. If you really think I'm about to end this stuff right now, yeah, they got another thing coming. Maybe pandemic, but I'm still doing this stuff. So yes, April Fool's Day. If you think I'm about to stop doing this, okay? Woo! I wonder how many people I got on that one. I've been pranking people all day. I'm on a roll today, folks. Gotta find some light of what's going on right now. So, April Fool, folks, all day and mess with them. It's so fucking cool. So, that's what I've been doing all day. But let's get into this NXT, or I should say NXT slash NXT Takeover, slash Tampa review because I guess for the next 2 weeks and next week too. This is technically a NXT slash NXT Takeover Tampa show. Given there's title matches and what's going on next week. Now I know it's still regular NXT, but we'll get to that Takeover part later. So in a way, you gotta call this NXT slash NXT Takeover because they did say these NXT Takeover matches were gonna be on TV for the next couple weeks now. But we do kick it off with NXT though tonight with Velveteen Dream versus Bobby Fish. Velveteen Dream, who had gloves on, by the way, I should say. I don't know if those are just regular plastic latex gloves or just the gloves that's part of his gimmick, but you can't blame anybody for wearing gloves right now. Him versus Fish was a pretty good match, I will say, to kick off the show. Dream still going after Adam Cole for the title. Dream ended up pretty much picking up the win with the Dream Valley Driver and then cutting a promo after pretty much telling Adam Cole to put the video games down and open his third eye of what's about to happen. And that Adam Cole is about to get worked harder than the Dream has ever worked before. So Dream still going after Cole for the title. Good match between him and Bobby Fish. It was pretty good. So yeah, Dream, he's still in the title hunt. And I'm assuming, I don't know when that match is gonna be happening for the title, but I guess it's gonna happen until one of these, this whole NXT takeover theme. Well, it's already kind of a takeover theme show as it is already, but whenever that happens, I'm sure it's coming up soon. So yes, Dream pretty much still going at Adam Cole. They then went to Mackenzie Mitchell, who interviewed Malcolm Bivens and his new associates, which Bivens says he's traveled the world to find the biggest, baddest tag team, and he's found these two guys named Rinku and Saraf, I believe. I hope I said their names right. I'm not really sure if I did. I look at these guys, and I don't know much about them, but they remind me, and I'm sure everybody's saying this, they remind me of AOP. They look like almost, I don't want to say a carbon copy of them, but very similar, because I think I said this last week. Two big guys, never seen them before. I used to call AOP Discount Shield, but two big guys, never seen before, had a manager and everything that some people, people knew who Paul Ellering was, but they had a manager that I'm sure people know, and these two guys they never seen before. So they look they remind me of AOP. Even with the suits on, it's like just another version of AOP. I don't know who they are. I don't know their background. I just know their names are Rinku and Saraf and stuff. So at least we kind of know a little bit who they are, but I still think they look like AOP right there. Next, we got the debut of Dexter Lumis, or formerly known as Samuel Shaw. I guess he still is a crazy psychopath like he was in TNA the last time he was there. And I think a little in NWA also, he still looks like the same psycho. And everything, just going by a different name. But yeah, every time I see him, he's still basically at the same gimmick he had before. crazy serial killer or something. So yeah, Sam Shaw, Dexter Loomis, whatever you want to call him, ended up going against Jake Atlas. Basically a showcase match for him, and still looks creepy. Still gets the gloves on. I remember when people in TNA used to chant at him, "creepy bastard," several times, and then I remember they put him with Gunner or wherever that was going. But yeah, he had a good debut right here. Pretty much had a submission, a chokehold, I believe. I don't know what it was called, but I know he just had a submission hold, pretty much choking him out, choking Jake Atlas out to get the win. So, good debut for him. And, one thing I should also say, I guess the commentary team also, was it Tom Phillips and, Sam Roberts? Why in God's name did they put Sam Roberts on commentary? That was bad to listen to. I don't know what happened to Saxton, but that was not a good choice of putting Sam Roberts. Sounded really bad. But, like I said, good debut for Dexter Loomis, I almost said Limus. Dexter Loomis out there. They played another Killer Cross video as they played what happened, this whole Gargano and Ciampa feud, as I guess next week it's going to be the empty arena match. Next was the Last Chance Gauntlet to enter the final spot for the women's ladder match for next week. We kicked off the Gauntlet with Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo. They kicked it off. Pretty much Shotzi Blackheart got the win with the big senton from the top rope, taking out Purrazzo. Next was Xia Li after she was taken out last week. She was back in the match. This one did not really go long. Pretty much Shotzi Blackheart ended up getting the win by submission. He jackknife butterfly submission to have Xia Li tap out. She was gone next. Next was Aaliyah. Right after, this did not go long also. She ended up doing the same submission hold like she did to Xia Li. Also moving on. So basically, in a way, this was like a little bit of a showcase for Shotzi Blackheart. I guess they must believe her in the back, especially to get this many wins. Pretty much fighting through the gauntlet. Next was Kaden Carter then right after. She was pretty much gone. Then after that, hitting with another big senton. Blackheart pretty much going through everybody until she had to go against Dakota Kai. Of course, Reina Gonzalez was out there with her. One thing I should say was that big dive she did to the outside of the ring, even putting a big howl, like a wolf howl out there. And before she can get back into the ring, the referee was distracted. Dakota Kai ended up kicking her in the head and then hitting her with the Dakota kick for the win. So Dakota Kai ended up still going into the ladder match for next week. But Shotzi Blackheart looked really strong here, pretty much going through everybody into the gauntlet. I'm sure a lot of people said this would have looked better with the crowd because they would have cared more into this, especially fighting through everybody until they got to the last person. But yeah, Dakota Kai pretty much still going over, which makes sense in a way because, all right, they got Tegan Nox in there. I guess they got to still do this whole Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai thing still going on. So with this last chance, like I said, this last chance gauntlet, I kind of figured Dakota Kai was going to go over into this. Kushida came out against DJZ. I'm still calling him DJZ for a reason because he still acts like DJZ. Or whatever the name they calling him, Joaquin Wild, but he still does that bird, and he still acts like a DJ like he did before. This match was good between him and Kushida, pretty quick, but it was okay. Kushida ended up getting the hoverboard. Well, he didn't get the hoverboard, but he got him with I think it was the hoverboard submission. No, it was the hoverboard submission. He got him with a submission, but pretty much with an armbar, I believe. Pretty much it was like a leaping one, pretty much his elbow, and then grabbing him, knocking him to the ground, put him into a submission hold to have DJ Zima Ion tap out. Pretty much right after, as DJ Z held his arm, Kushida wanted a handshake, as which he shook his hand in. But then after, when they went to the parking lot outside, they got an interview with him, and he says, "Yeah, I lost. I got another loss," and he was tired of losing ever since he showed up to NXT. Next thing you know, he was almost hit by a car, and just like Raul Mendoza a few weeks ago, he ended up getting kidnapped by the ninja lookalike luchadors, as he basically reluctantly went with him, as they said, get in the car, which he kind of just, he went in there with him. They didn't even have to forcefully grab him. He was like, okay. He didn't even try to fight him back. Just like Mendoza's like, hey, I'm still going to go with you guys. You guys are kidnapping me, but I'm not going to fight my way out to get out of this situation. So wherever they're taking him now, maybe he won't be DJ Zema Ion when he comes back, since he was kidnapped. Every time I see these guys get kidnapped, it's like Samoa Joe back then, I'm sure, saying right now. And hey, DJ Zema Ion used to work in TNA, and JB is working here nowadays. He probably came up with this whole thing. Just like Samoa Joe. He was kidnapped back then and came back with a blade with the main event Mafia with Taz, or like some Samoan blade, whatever he was going on with in TNA with Samoa Joe when he got kidnapped. Same thing. It's like, okay, Mackenzie Mitchell, she interviews people. Hey, that's another person that used to work in TNA or Impact or whatnot. And now, hey, I'm gonna interview you, but random van comes up, kidnaps you, drives off. Nobody tries to stop him, and reluctantly goes in. So, just like Mendoza, where are they going? I don't know, but I'm sure he'll have a different gimmick when he comes back. It won't be DJ Zema Ion anymore, because he still had the same gimmick for a long time. But next, though, I guess we get into the NXT Takeover part of the show. North American Championship on the line. Keith Lee, Donovan Dijak, and Damian Priest. Of course, immediately right off the bat, all three of these guys kicked each other to the ground after doing a whole bunch of dodges. And, of course, this was a lot of insanity going on in this match. Dijak picking up Lee into the electric chair, so Priest can do a big spinning heel kick from the top rope onto everybody outside. Like I said, just crazy moves throughout this. Dijak trying to go for his moonsault, but crash and burn. Priest hitting with a choke slam to take him down, and right after that, Lee pretty much breaking up the count. Then Lee pretty much flying, well, not flying, but pretty much crashing into Priest a couple times, trying to go for a power bomb. Did not work. One thing that was pretty crazy in this match, I think it was Dijak, but no, Priest, he did like a razor's edge to Dijak, throwing him to the outside of the ring onto Keith Lee. Keith Lee grabs him, and pretty much, he does this big dive then right after Priest then pretty much falling on everybody, pretty much as they got back into the ring then. Lee hit those Grizzly Magnums on both of them. Dijak ended up pretty much having Lee onto the ground, hitting him with the big corkscrew in, but Keith Lee ended up kicking out. After that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm messing up. I'm kind of getting this match confused a little, but pretty much he kicked out. Priest ended up getting his nightstick like he did before getting into the ring. He hit Dijak with it, as Dijak was trying to go for the Feast Your Eyes on Keith Lee, but like I said, Priest hit him in the knee with that nightstick or whatever he pulled out. Like I said, it's like a retractable one too. He just throw it out like that, and it comes out. He hit Dijak in the knee with it. Keith Lee ended up pouncing Damian Priest to the outside of the ring, throwing him out there, and then he hit Dijak with the Big Bang Catastrophe for the win. So Keith Lee still retained the NXT North American Championship. Okay, so this was the NXT Takeover part of the show, and I'm sure it's gonna be more Takeover parts next week when we do this empty arena thing with Gargano and Ciampa, and the 6-way ladder match for a number one contender shot at the NXT Women's Championship. Okay, so we still got some type of a takeover show still going on. I know we already know why NXT Takeover isn't happening in general, but this is still NXT Takeover for the next couple weeks. So I guess I gotta call it that right now. So it's NXT/NXT Takeover when you think about it, since we did have a triple threat title match and we got more going on next week. Okay, so I guess like they said this before, NXT Takeover will be switched out into multiple parts of the show. But other than that, though, good episode of NXT. I know people are gonna say, yeah, empty crowd doesn't work, and yeah, that's true. But in these times right now, you got to take what you can get, and at least they're trying to make this work with these empty arena shows. A lot of them don't make sense, but can come off very awkward. But you got to try something here, people. But other than that, though, I'm done with this. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about NXT tonight. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. April Fool's Day. We'll see you later. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. And yeah, there you go. So we'll see what goes from that. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.